Greetings, dear friend of destiny. Your presence here at this moment is certainly not a coincidence. Before we begin, I invite you to gently close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and take a deep breath to bring your attention back to the home of your body. Now, listen carefully. Is there a dull ache in your lower back right now? Are your knees stiff? Or is your neck and shoulder area heavy as if carrying the weight of a lifetime? Have you ever felt a sudden fear thinking, will I have to live with this pain forever? Does old age mean a long journey of irreversible decline and agony? If you continue to endure and confront your body as an enemy, the peace you seek will forever remain out of reach. In the Buddha's wisdom, pain is not a mistake, nor is it an enemy to be destroyed. Pain is a language. It is the way your body is earnestly conversing with you after years of being forgotten amidst the hustle of life. This video will not offer an immediate painkiller or a promise of a flawless body. Instead, I want to give you 5 doorways to transformation so you can learn to listen and reconcile with your own pain. When you understand the language of the body, healing will naturally begin from within, quiet and persistent. Principle 1. Slowing down the internal system. Imagine the space of a quiet monastery in the early morning. Every step of the monks is leisurely, every gesture is as graceful as flowing water. They are slow, not because they have nothing to do, but because their minds have chosen a rhythm in harmony with life. In contrast, most of us are living at a breathtakingly frantic pace. Even when sitting still in a chair, your nervous system may be running at the speed of a whirlwind due to worries. It is this chronic overload that keeps the body's defense system on red alert. Chronic pain is sometimes a stuck alarm bell. When you constantly urge yourself forward, the nervous system mistakenly believes you are in danger and responds by tightening muscle groups, stagnating the flow of vital energy. Pain, therefore, is not meant to torture you, but is a cry for help, an earnest plea for you to slow down. Slowing down is not just walking leisurely, it is establishing a peaceful rhythm from deep within. I invite you to perform a small ritual. Tomorrow morning, when you first wake up, do not rush out of bed. Spend exactly 3 minutes just lying still. Do not calculate. Simply feel the pulsating breath and the warmth spreading in your palms. Allow your nervous system to start up in the gentlest way before facing the world. Remind yourself with an affirmation, I respect the natural rhythm of life within me. When the internal rhythm is soothed, the tense spring of pain will naturally loosen. Principle 2. Pain is a teacher. There is a silent law that meditation masters always remind us of. What you resist persists. What you dare to face with insight will begin to transform. For so long, we have treated pain like a stranger breaking into our house. We lock all the doors of our soul, bracing ourselves and living in fear. But my kindred friend, what would happen if that stranger was actually a teacher, carrying an important message about balance that you have been too anxious to hear? I invite you to take the boldest step of consciousness. Instead of running away, sit down and meditate with the pain. Bring your gentle breath to water the aching area. Do not call it my pain. With resentment, simply see it as a sensation that is present. Is it burning, stinging, or a heavy contraction? Observe the arising and passing of that feeling, just as you would stand by a lake watching ripples. When you stop using energy to chase it away, the pain suddenly loses its power over your mind. You will realize a liberating truth. Although the sensation of pain remains, the suffering caused by it has been reduced by more than half. I do not promise every physical trace will vanish immediately, but I promise the relationship between you and your body will completely change. Because in the world of mindfulness, welcoming is the beginning of healing. When you dare to open your heart to this teacher, you are no longer a victim of your body, but a free soul, learning a precious lesson about impermanence. Principle 3. Letting go of craving for results. Dear friend, there is a silent paradox we often fall into. The more our minds crave to be free of pain, the more our bodies become tense. Craving for results is actually a form of subtle mental violence of the will. We are commanding the body to recover immediately according to our wishes, and that very imposition creates a barrier, blocking the natural flow of life. The Buddha taught that all things operate according to the law of cause and effect. Healing is not the act of repairing a broken machine, but a journey of watering a withering garden. Imagine a flower bud shyly hiding in the morning dew. You cannot use your hands to pull each petal out to make it bloom faster. That action only makes the flower wither. A flower only blooms when the soil is moist enough, the sun is warm enough, and the time is ripe. Today, I invite you to practice dedication without craving. Care for your aching area with love and breath, but let the results be determined by nature. When you truly let go of impatience, you will feel a gentle slackening within the nervous system. That is when you switch from a state of fighting to a state of nourishing. Remember, you do not need to try to get better. You only need to stay with yourself with all gentleness and let cause and effect do the rest of the miraculous work. Principle 4. Breath is the innate medicine. Pay attention to a small but powerful detail happening right now, your breathing rhythm. Do you realize that whenever pain appears, our breath often becomes shallow, hurried, or we even unintentionally hold our breath? This is how the nervous system reacts when it feels threatened. But this very tightening is the wall preventing the flow of blood and oxygen to the injured area, making the pain even more persistent. In Buddhism, the breath is the bridge connecting mind and body. When you master the breath, you hold the key to recalibrating your entire nervous system. Modern science calls this activating the vagus nerve to move the body from a fight-or-flight state to a recovery state. I want to give you a remedy that doesn't cost a penny but is incredibly effective, called the 4-2-6 breathing exercise. Inhale gently through the nose for 4 counts, feeling the diaphragm drop and the abdomen expand. Then, hold the breath for 2 counts of silence. And finally, exhale very slowly and long through slightly parted lips for 6 counts. It is the exhalation being longer than the inhalation that sends the most powerful command to the brain. Everything is okay, relax. I invite you to commit to this exercise for the next 7 days whenever pain arises. You will see that the breath carries not only oxygen, but also a wave of light that sweeps away blockages, returning ease to every fiber of flesh. Principle 5. Gratitude toward the body. I want to invite you to reconsider the deepest relationship of your life, the interaction between you and your body. For over half a century, have you unintentionally viewed your body as an obsolete machine or a source of trouble? We usually only pay attention to the body when it hurts, and when it hurts, we often send it thoughts of resentment or dislike. Kindred friend, stop for a moment to understand. This body is not an enemy. It is the most devoted ally you have ever had. Even in sharp pain, every one of your cells is working tirelessly to maintain life for you. Gratitude, in Zen wisdom, is not a superficial emotion, but an energy state capable of changing internal biological structures. Science has proven that when we truly feel grateful to the body, the brain releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and soothing, which helps reduce the vibrations of pain. I invite you to practice a ritual for the next 21 days. Every night before sleep, place your hand on the aching area and softly whisper, "Thank you for carrying this with me. I am sorry for forgetting you, and now I am here to heal with you." When you change your attitude from confrontation to companionship, the body will no longer have to brace itself to endure. It will begin to loosen, receive love, and open the door to miraculous recovery that rigidity had long kept shut. The 14-day journey, Zen healing rhythm. If life is a long piece of music, healing is not a brilliant high note, but rather our learning to adjust each small note harmoniously every day. I understand that with pain that has followed you for many years, immediate change is impossible. Therefore, I have designed a 14-day, slow-soak roadmap so you can walk leisurely without feeling overwhelmed. In the first week, we will focus on awakening awareness. Every morning, you only need to perform exactly 3 minutes of lying still to start the nervous system and apply the 4-2-6 breathing whenever pain arises. Do not force yourself to do anything more. Just learn how to be present for yourself. Moving into the second week, the journey will go deeper into connection and reconciliation. This is when you begin to practice viewing pain as a teacher and spend 5 minutes every night sending gratitude to every cell in your body. This roadmap is not a race, but a cycle. After 14 days, return to the first day with a new mindset. You will realize that when these small actions become your daily breath, the healing effort will no longer be a weary task, but a natural flow, bringing you back to your inherent peace. Kindred friend. As we reach the final moments of this conversation, I invite you to look back with me one last time. What is true healing? Many of us still mistake healing for finding a miracle cure to wipe away all traces of illness on the physical body. However, in the wisdom of mindfulness, healing is not just a physiological change, but more importantly, a change in the lens of the soul. Healing is when your body may still have the low notes of pain, but your soul is no longer a slave to them. You no longer look at the wound with eyes of resentment, but with eyes of compassion. When you change the way you see the pain, that pain has lost half its power to make you suffer. Remember, you have never been broken. Your body, though frail or weary, is still a sacred temple sheltering your spirit. Tonight, before falling asleep, place your hand on your heart and softly repeat, I am not confronting the pain. I am embracing the life within me. If this journey has brought you a bit of light, I invite you to silently share one thing you feel grateful for about your body in the comments below. That is how we light a candle of peace together for the community. Wishing you a very leisurely healing journey, a peaceful body, and a free soul. Goodbye, and see you in mindfulness.